And here
Fabri.
we are, guys. Ciao, Fra, welcome back here on our English channel. Ready to keep you updated on
Yes.
everything. Many things to say, guys. Get ready because, again, we will be live a lot. We will be delivering a lot of video, a lot of content in the upcoming days and weeks. Now it's Champions League week, of course. It's also time for crucial games, obviously, in Champions League, but also there is a final in the League Cup in a few days in England between Manchester City and Arsenal. So after that, I will tell you more of Manchester City's strategy or what's gonna be the situation with Rodri, for example, and with more players. So I will clarify to you several situations, including I'm preparing a video for tonight to answer your questions on Tonali, on Pep Guardiola, and all the rest. But today, Fra, we have plenty of things to say.
Yes.
I think I start with a here we go because
You start with that one. Yes.
it's here we go from yesterday, but it's now confirmed with the player completing his medical, and it's Ricardo Pepi. Because yes, it's March, yes, it's 18th of March, but we already have a here we go. There are already deals being completed for the summer transfer window, and Fulham have completed a deal to sign Ricardo Pepi from PSV Eindhoven in the Netherlands. Everything has been agreed between the clubs yesterday. 36 million euros package transfer fee for Ricardo Pepi, the US men national team striker, to join Fulham in the summer. The player already agreed to the transfer in January, so the deal was very close to being completed in January, but PSV Eindhoven didn't want to let any player go, basically, despite being in a very good position in the league. They didn't want to let Ivan Perisic go, they didn't want to let Ricardo Pepi go, so this is why the deal didn't happen in January. But now, for the summer transfer window, is all set, medical done today in London for Ricardo Pepi, and so new striker coming for Fulham. And a very interesting one, no? To have a here we go in March for a player who's not even a free
Yes.
agent. Yeah, it's something that is showing us that this market, I think, will have two completely different phases. The first one is going to be before the World Cup, and so quite early. I think April, May is going to be full of transfers, and then after the World Cup.
And also having medicals in March is something that, to be honest, I don't remember. I don't know if you do, but it's something really unusual.
Or maybe not
Moving to
secret,
something,
because
yeah,
sometimes they do medical, but it's
exactly.
secret. In this
Yeah,
case, it's very public.
exactly. Something that happened in January was also an incredible final, the AFCON final, the one between Morocco and Senegal. I mean, it was incredible news yesterday. So I don't know if you want to touch on this point. I know we have a lot of friends here watching from every country in the world. So I'm sure they will be interested in this topic.
Yeah, the answer today, coming directly from the Senegal Federation, is that they decided to appeal to TAS to have a different kind of verdict to what happened yesterday, last night, in the middle of the Champions League night, in the final 15
Yes.
20 minutes of some of the biggest games in the world with Real Madrid and Man City, with Chelsea and Paris Saint-Germain. This statement coming from the African Federation announcing Morocco as the 3-0 winners of the final after this historical verdict. Today, the answer from Senegal was very clear. They're going to appeal. And so the feeling is that it's going to take some months to have a final verdict on this. But Senegal are not going to give up. So this is just the beginning of a legal fight now between Senegal and Morocco. We also saw the reaction of some of the Morocco players, quite surprised yesterday. Imagine Brahim Diaz was obviously at Etihad Stadium playing against Manchester City, and then they find out, Hakimi as well, with Paris Saint-Germain at Stamford Bridge, about this incredible, surprising verdict. Now, again, Senegal are gonna fight to keep their title, the title they won on the pitch, and so we will keep you posted. But just to give you an update also on timing, the understanding is that this is gonna take months before we have a final official verdict.
And I'm sure that nobody will be happy at the end, about this story
Yeah.
because it's quite incredible. So, moving to a world champion, Enzo Fernandez, there will be some rumors about his future as well. So, what do you have to say about the future of Enzo Fernandez?
Yeah, Enzo Fernandez is the main topic today for this live stream, and something I wanted to touch on because we got many questions, obviously, from Chelsea fans trying to understand what happened for Enzo Fernandez. Basically, last night after Chelsea got eliminated by Paris Saint-Germain, losing 8-2, so it was on aggregate, of course, so it was obviously a tough moment for Chelsea right after the game. Enzo Fernandez goes speaking with Moe Lawrence from ESPN Argentina, And the quote was a big quote to me, because in that moment, a player has the possibility to say something like, it's not the moment to comment on my future. We just suffered an elimination. It's time to focus on the next games or something like that. Well, Enzo didn't go so strong, but the answer was quite open when it's about the future. When asked if next season is going to be at Chelsea, if he's going to continue at Chelsea after some reports we had in Argentina, Enzo Fernandez said, now we have 8 games in Premier League, we have the FA Cup, and then we will see. Look, when a player is answering like this, obviously no smoke without fire. So there is something happening behind the scenes. My understanding is that there has been a conversation for some months between Enzo Fernandez and Chelsea to try find a solution over contract terms, to try adjust the contract of Enzo Fernandez. At the moment, as of today, mid-March, without a solution. So at the moment, there is still no agreement between Chelsea and Enzo Fernandez over fresh, new contract terms. It means that if the situation will continue like this, so I'm sure they will still try to find a solution. If they can't find a solution, after the answer we saw last night, Enzo Fernandez could be open to exploring options in the summer transfer window. So it's a possibility that Enzo Fernandez could welcome in the summer, if they can find an agreement on a new contract before. But it all starts from contract conversations. So this is how it started. Now, don't forget Chelsea position. For Chelsea, Enzo Fernandez is a very important player. Don't forget how much Chelsea spent in order to sign Enzo Fernandez. If I remember well, was more than 110 million euros to sign Enzo Fernandez from Benfica in a crazy negotiation in that January window 2024. So
on deadline day,
remember. Yeah, on deadline day, and then remember that Enzo Fernandez, and this is not a detail, is still under contract until June 2032. So it's a very long contract for Enzo Fernandez. So is Chelsea in control of the situation? Is Chelsea deciding what to do? Is Chelsea deciding on the price? You can imagine that Chelsea will not make any discount. So it's not going to be an easy story. Let's see this contract conversation between Enzo and Chelsea, how it's going to end up. But if they can find an agreement, Enzo could be open to leaving Chelsea. I think last night this was the kind of message that we will see was obviously quite strong according to my feeling after seeing the interview. But this depends on Chelsea as well. And there are not so many clubs around the world who can pay that money. Many questions on Paris Saint-Germain. I'm not sure Paris Saint-Germain are looking to invest crazy money on a midfielder now. With all respect, with Enzo Fernandez, one of the best in the world, PSG have several fantastic midfielders.
Plenty, yes.
Exactly. And at the moment, I don't think that's the priority for PSG. So let's see if maybe some Spanish club will appear on scene. But at the moment, again, Enzo could be open to that if they can find an agreement with Chelsea. And then there is going to be Chelsea position.
The chat, of course, is trying to going crazy with some clubs, Man United, Liverpool. I'm sure we will talk about Enzo Fernandez even more in the coming weeks. Fabri, to conclude today's live here on YouTube, there is the situation of Paris Saint-Germain that we need to discuss, because after what happened last summer with the goalkeeper, Gigi Donnarumma, with Chevalier arriving at the club, there might be another change in the summer 26. What do you say about this matter?
Yeah, we have to see what's going to happen with goalkeepers at Paris Saint-Germain again, because today in the French press there were reports about Lucas Chevalier maybe leaving the club in the summer transfer window. I'm told that at the moment still nothing is decided, but Paris Saint-Germain are keeping close eye to the goalkeepers market in case there is an opportunity. So it doesn't mean that PSG will surely sign a new goalkeeper in the summer, but they are following the situation. Let's see how the season will continue for Chevalier, for Safonov, the goalkeepers of Paris Saint-Germain. But I would keep the doors open to summer movements in that position. Again, at the moment, it's still not decided. So for sure, there is going to be movement at Paris Saint-Germain on several positions, because PSG want to be busy in the summer. PSG will assess several opportunities. So I'm sure that's going to be an interesting club to follow in the upcoming months. Just to answer 2-3 questions from the chat, as we always do.
Yes,
I
go
see
ahead.
many questions on Nico Schlotterbeck. Look, on Schlotterbeck, guys, he has a new contract proposal on the table still available from Borussia Dortmund. Now it's Schlotterbeck who has to decide whether he wants to sign the new contract at Dortmund or explore options, because he's out of contract in 2027, and it means that if he doesn't extend, now is the opportunity for him to go in this summer. But Dortmund are still fighting to keep him at the club. Richard Hughes and Al Hilal, the interest is through, and I'm preparing for you a video later today to explain you all the details of these, but there is interest from Al Hilal, while Richard Hughes is completely focused on Liverpool now. So this is just Al Hilal interest. It doesn't mean that Richard Hughes already committed or decided anything, also because it's a big day for Liverpool, there is a big game, and so it's not time to talk about that at all. And on Liverpool wingers, we will also discuss in the next days as soon as we understand more, but Liverpool will be busy. I think they will add at least one winger, could be two. Let's see the opportunities on the market, but Liverpool will be very busy in this summer transfer window with the winger position. I think is going to be something crucial to cover. So I think we said everything.
Yes,
I will see you.
You need to be
today,
patient
guys.
because there are some big names I see in the chat. Vlahovic, Tonali, Nico Pass, but be patient because I'm sure that the next
will
weeks
release the
will
video
be
tonight. Yeah.
Okay. So a little spoiler here, but apart of that, Fabri, I think we can see you in the next days, and this is it for today. Thank you for that. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, guys. See you soon.